entering a period of weeks when we will experience shock, suspense, fear and dismay, and sadly for some bereavement. Loved ones will be struck by the virus. Some will die. And I had a foretaste of this myself during the week as to how fine the line will be. On Wednesday I received word that a friend was going for testing for the virus as he wasn't well. Thursday a text from a friend to say he was told he needed oxygen and he would probably be in for a few days. That should help. Friday evening another text from someone, but with the shocking news my friend was unconscious, in a coma, critical. Thankfully he has turned the corner and we're hopeful for him, and he is indeed surrounded by a symphony of prayer storming heaven. However, all of this came as a great shock to me. And while I am praying for him, thinking of his wife and family, this has brought home to me just how serious the situation is. It has shown me how indiscriminate this virus is. A healthy man in his 60s. In short, if it gets near us, we're vulnerable and no one knows how much. So I appeal again today to all of us that we all do our part in preventative action. We've heard the guidelines and we've listened to the public health authorities, experts telling us to be really attentive in every moment, in every action, remembering social distancing, our hand hygiene, the stay-at-home recommendation, and certainly then more recently the not hanging around in groups. If we saw a car out of control heading for us, we certainly would make sure we got out of its way. The virus is that car out of control. The danger is that it will take our parents, grandparents, the unwell, people we love dearly from us. But we can save them. If it were a car, you would do all you could to get them out of the way before it strikes right into and potentially kill them. But we can do that now too. Together we can be their protector. We can guard them. None of this is easy. It doesn't come naturally to us to isolate, to restrict our movements like this. Thank God we are a social people. We love company. So this requires sacrifice. But this is what loving my neighbour as myself means today. In a word, love right now is not growing the virus. What we can grow is a new recognition that the people by and large we isolate with is a cluster called family. Those that aren't able to cluster, they are feeling that being away from family as never before, because our family has been threatened on a large scale. Never like never before has family been threatened on a large scale. On the one hand, we've brought good humour to bear, which is a healthy thing. It's a week we've seen people circulating funny WhatsApp messages and videos describing cabin fever. Of course, it's good to keep our humour alive. It's necessary, a necessary tonic in these days. But joking apart, it's also time for us to appreciate with a new gratitude the family. We all belong in some way to a family. And it is a time to make the effort in creative ways to be a family. And I'm hearing wonderfully encouraging anecdotes of people in this moment realizing the importance and magic of family. No family is perfect, we've said that already. But still, the look on a child's face in these moments of joy which can happen at the home when we're together as we reconnect, whether through walks, games, other activities, can wipe stress away. And putting this moment of time, albeit a deeply troubling one, into perspective. I know that maybe there are difficulties and tensions in families. As we say, no family is perfect, and in some cases the tensions are very strong. But perhaps we can appeal to each other for an amnesty, at least for the coming weeks, that we try for the sake of the children to put our hostilities on hold and to be there for them. They too are worried, and they need you now. Perhaps we don't appreciate how this is probably a very nervous time for them. They are picking up all kinds of signals that they may find hard to process. They may be trying to cope with the worry that their mother or father, grandmother, grandfather, grandaunt, whatever it might be, is going to get seriously ill or worse. So we really need to make the effort for the sake of our children to surround them with a caring environment that speaks to them of protection, safe space and time to talk, common activities. I know that people are missing deeply the sacrament of communion. This is another of the sacrifices we are facing at this moment of time. We must go without for public health reasons, for the love of each other. But let's remember the sacraments of our baptism and confirmation. They're still working in us. They're still alive. And we can be a sacrament of communion, as it were, for each other. Finally, given the day that's in it, Mother's Day, I know there's a regret in not being able to take mothers out for a dinner, buy flowers, or whatever people normally do to celebrate the love of a mother. But let that not stop us. If you're separated from your family now, from your mother, you can always pick up the phone, tell her how much you love her, make a video, send it to her. Just show her how much you care and just how much you need her to stay safe. I think, too, today, of all those mothers on the healthcare front line, nurses, doctors, hospital staff of any kind, mothers in GP clinics, of course, in the testing centres, those in other essential services that are continuing to provide for us. We need to tell them today that more than ever, they are our heroes. We need and we know they are our heroes now. So please tell them this on our behalf. We will salute them properly in due course, but right now I ask of those of you whose mothers are out on the front line today to tell them how much we esteem their contribution. And if you have a sister or brother in any of these positions, tell them too. They are guardians of us all now, just like Mary, the Mother of God, looking after us.